Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you using stored procedures in PHP how to bind data from database into HTML table using angularjs. I'm reloading the browser. See, here we got the output. We have binded the employee details table using stored procedure with angularjs. That's it. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in PHP, first we'll check the table and the column names. The employee details, the table name is, which contains 3 columns: EMP ID, EMP name and join date. Now my aim is I want to bind this data into HTML table using PHP stored procedure with AngularJS. I'm creating a procedure in the sample DB. I'm opening a new tab, procedures, right click, open link in a new tab. To create the stored procedure, come to the bottom, add routine, click that one. The routine name, the stored procedure name is bind EMP stored procedure. The type is procedure only. The parameters, I don't require these parameters, so I'm dropping this column, and the definition is select start from, the table name is employee details. Copy this one and paste here. That's it. Let's create the stored procedure. Click go, and here we got a message, and here the stored procedure has been created, and also you can notice at the bottom the bind EMP SP is created. Let's execute, and here we got the output of the table using bind EMP SP stored procedure. Now let's write the coding part. I'm using Notepad++ for this video tutorial. Now in this new one page, I'm adding PHP file, PHP. Now in this PHP, first I am declaring my connection variables. $hostname is equals to localhost. $db name is equals to, my database name is sample DB. Let's add that one. Semicolon. $username is equals to root, and the last one is a password. In the password, I have not entered anything because I don't have any password to log into my SQL PHP my admin database. If you have any password, please enter that one. After that, I'm adding the connection variable is equals to MySQL underscore connect method, which takes 4 parameters. The first one is a host name, all are strings. The second one is a username, comma. The third one is a password. Copy this one and paste here. And the last parameter is a database name, $db name. After that, I'm adding query variable between double quotes. Here the SQL query, I'm calling the stored procedure. So our stored procedure name is this one, call bind EMP stored procedure. Copy this one and paste here, semicolon. $result is equals to MySQL underscore query method. This query method takes 2 parameters. The first one is a connection object, comma, and the second one is a $query command text. So after the stored procedure is executed successfully, I want to fetch the records. For that I am using while loop, while $row is equals to MySQL underscore fetch underscore array method. This is a small a. I'm adding this $result. dollar total result array is equals to, I'm adding this dollar row, and the final step, I'm adding the JSON encode method, echo JSON underscore encode. Now in this method I'm adding the dollar result. Copy this one and paste here. But that's it. Up to now we have just finished the server side part. Let's save this file. I'm saving this file in the root folder www. The file name I'm saving records bind stored procedure angularjs ang.php file. Let's save this file. Now next we require the angularjs script to call this PHP file and display in the HTML table. So for that I'm adding a new page. Now in this new page I'm adding the HTML code. HTML, I'm closing the HTML tag. I'm adding header tag. I'm closing the header tags. Body tag. I'm closing the body tag. Now inside the body I'm adding center tag. I'm closing center tag. H1 header tag. Inside these header tags I'm adding the header. I'm adding how to bind data from MySQL PHP MyAdmin database into HTML table. PHP stored procedure using AngularJS. After that I'm adding horizontal line. Now after the horizontal line I'm adding the div container. Close the div. Inside this div I'm adding the table. I'm closing the table. tr. I'm closing the tr. Between this tr I'm adding table headers. th. In my table I have 3 columns: emp id, emp name and join date. Let's add these headers in the table. emp id th. I'm closing the th. Let's copy this one. th employee name and join date. After that I'm adding another tr to bind the table rows. td. I'm closing the td. And now in this td, right now I'm not adding any data because first we require the AngularJS script. So before writing the AngularJS script, let's save this file. I'm saving this file as the records bind ng.html. I'm saving this file as a HTML. Let's save this file. Save. Now we'll check the basic output, how it looks at designing part on the browser before adding the AngularJS functionality. And here we got the output of that HTML page right now, which contains only the header tags and the table headers, emp id, employee name and join date. Now let's add the data from store procedure using AngularJS. Now when you are using AngularJS, the first thing, the most important, we require the latest AngularJS CDN link. Let's search for AngularJS CDN, and from the search results I'm selecting the first option, angular.js. Now in this angular.js website you can find different versions of AngularJS, Angular, Angular 2. Now I require the version for AngularJS 1.11. If you choose a version greater than this, the AngularJS functionality does not work properly. So make sure select the version lesser than 1.511. So now we require the CDN link, which is this one, angular min.js. So let's copy this one. Let's add into our HTML header section. Script source is equals to, I'm adding the CDN link, I'm closing the script tag. After that, I'm adding the script tag. Let's close the script. Now in this script, I'm adding the angularjs functionality to bind the records into this table. Variable app is equals to angular.module between double quotes. Now between these double quotes, I'm adding the Angular application name. So in the div tag after the horizontal line, I'm adding the directive ng-app is equals to, between double quotes, the Angular application name is my app. Copy this one and paste here, comma array semicolon. Now we'll create the controller between double quotes. Now in this controller method, I'm adding the Angular controller. ng-controller is a directive. I'm adding the controller name is my controller. Let's copy this one, paste here, comma, I'm adding function. Now in this function, I'm adding, first one is a scope, comma, second parameter is the HTTP. Dollar scope dot get emp details is an object for to creating the function. Now in this function, I'm adding $http dot get method. Now in this get method, I'm adding this PHP file name. So records hyphen bind hyphen sp hyphen ang dot php is a PHP file name. After that, once this PHP file is executed successfully, I'm adding dot success. It's a function data dollar scope dot final output is equals to data. That's it. We have finished the AngularJS script to fetch the records using stored procedure. Now in this div tag, I'm adding the directive ng-init is equals to, between double quotes, I'm adding this function and get emp details. Now in this table, let's add the border here. Now in the tr, I am adding ng-repeat directive emp in. I'm adding this final output object. Now in this td, I'm adding the column names of the table. Now between this angular expression, the object is the emp dot. Let's add the column name emp id. Copy this one, paste here. td emp dot. The second column name is emp name. I'm closing the td tag, and the final column emp dot joined it. That's it, we have done the complete coding part. Let's save this file. We'll check the final output on the browser. I'm reloading the browser. See, here we got the output. We have binded the employee details table using stored procedure with angularjs. That's it.